So now that the Golden Globes and Critics' Choice Awards are over, it's time to look ahead at the upcoming Screen Actors Guild Awards. The nominations were just announced a few days ago, and we got some major surprises we need to talk about. Are the winners going to be predictable, or might there be a shock or two? Sit back, relax. It's time to talk my predictions in the film categories for the upcoming SAG Awards. Let's start with male actor in a supporting role. We can get this one out of the way pretty quickly. I don't see anybody overtaking Ke Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere All at Once the rest of the season. I felt like if he could win at the Golden Globes and deliver a beautiful, emotional speech that touches everyone in that room and everyone watching from home, he would have Best Supporting Actor locked up all the way to the Oscars. It happened, of course. He was the first win of the night at the Golden Globes. It was a spectacular speech, maybe the best one of the entire ceremony. I got teary-eyed. His shout out to Steven Spielberg was heartwarming. Everything he had to say about returning to acting in such a big way after all these decades, all the love that's been given to him for his performance in Everything Everywhere All at Once. It was the right speech at the right moment. I don't see him missing. He wins at SAG. He wins at the Oscars. You look at this category, Eddie Redmayne in The Good Nurse is just happy to be here. I don't know if he makes it in at the Oscars. I feel like Eddie Redmayne might be the Jared Leto in The Little Things in House of Gucci, where he shows up a few times, but when it comes to the Oscars, he doesn't make it in. I just don't see a lot of enthusiasm for The Good Nurse, and so I think this might be the end of the road for Redmayne. I was very happy to see Paul Dano get into this category. He gives a terrific performance in The Fabelmans. I've been wondering all season long, are they going to go for Paul Dano or Judd Hirsch for that movie? Dano is, of course, in a lot more of the film, and he has some more emotional scenes, so that makes sense. Judd Hirsch only has, 8 to 10 minutes, but it's a really memorable sequence of that film. And then you have two actors from the Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Gleeson and Barry Keoghan, who are showing up at a lot of these ceremonies. They're both great in the movie. I don't really know how you choose between them. I know Barry Keoghan has his fans. I keep seeing on Twitter a lot. People are really digging that performance. In a different year, maybe one of these two could be winning a lot of these prizes. I feel like Brendan Gleeson would have the edge since he's better known and is in more of the movie. He's almost a lead, I would argue. I mean, it's right at the edge there. He could be argued as a lead. So I think if Ke Huy Quan wasn't in this category, Brendan Gleeson would be winning things. But yeah, unless something wonky happens, like let's say Ke Huy Quan doesn't win at SAG, I would say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. I just think Ke Huy Quan is so great in that film. He has the narrative this season. He's so lovable. You can't not root for him. So my choice for male actor in a supporting role is Ke Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Female actor in a supporting role. Now, before the Golden Globes, I wasn't really sure in which direction the wind was blowing for this category. I thought Jamie Lee Curtis could start sweeping, or Angela Bassett, or Carrie Condon. From the beginning, I felt like Carrie Condon could kind of rule this category throughout the season, and so I was kind of surprised in a wonderful way when Angela Bassett won the Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actress. I just was feeling at the Golden Globes, they're going to give her the nomination, but they'll award Jamie Lee Curtis or Carrie Condon. That's what I thought was going to happen. And then it's funny, in the hours leading up to the ceremony, I started thinking, it's going to go to Angela Bassett. I just kept thinking of that one incredible scene she has in the movie, and the fact that she had won a Golden Globe for What's Love Got to Do with It nearly 30 years ago, and she's been doing some tremendous work throughout the decades. I felt like this could be an acknowledgement of her career beyond just the performance she gives in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I mean, I made a video about her career last September, Angela Bassett and the Elusive Oscar, where I predicted, based on 12 seconds of a trailer that Bassett might be a major player in this award season, and here we are. Of all the ceremonies this season, the one that feels like Angela Bassett has the best shot of all is at SAG. She's been working in film since the 80s. She is beloved in the industry. I feel like a lot of people have just been waiting for a performance that they could get behind and give her lots of trophies. And that seems to be the case with Wakanda Forever. I don't know who could beat her in this category outside of Kerry Condon, who I think, as of this moment, is Angela Bassett's one formidable threat going into BAFTA and the Oscars. I was so happy to see on SAG nominations morning that Hong Chow got recognized for her performance in The Whale. I really love her work in both The Whale and The Menu. I want someone to give her a really meaty lead role in something in these next few years, because I think she could be a Best Actress winner. Brendan Fraser has the showiest role in The Whale, of course, but Hong Chow is always at his level, has some really tender, emotional scenes in that film. I was kind of confused her not making it in at Critics' Choice or Golden Globes, and so was happy to see her get in at SAG. I hope she gets in at the Oscars too. One of the greatest surprises was Stephanie Hsu getting in for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I know it's been a thing online, people complaining that Jamie Lee Curtis is getting in over Stephanie Hsu. I do agree with that in the sense that Stephanie Hsu gives the better supporting female performance in the movie. I think it's more emotional, more impactful for the viewer. That's the performance of the two that makes sense to be nominated. But at the same time, I have adored Jamie Lee Curtis for decades, and I have been hoping for so long that she finally gets an Oscar nomination for something. This looks to be the greatest chance she's ever had to get in. I'm crossing my fingers that both Jamie Lee Curtis and Stephanie Hsu make it in on Oscar nominations morning. When it comes to SAG, I feel like the only person who could beat Angela Bassett is Kerry Condon for the Banshees of Inisherin. Banshees did very well here, getting 4 individual nominations and an ensemble nomination, so they love this movie the way they love Everything Everywhere All at Once, which also got 5 nominations. Black Panther Wakanda Forever, outside of the stunts category, only got in for Bassett, so I'm not 100% on her, but I feel like if she could win at the Golden Globes, the industry, especially actors, love her. I think she's our winner here. So my prediction for female actor in a supporting role is Angela Bassett for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Male actor in a leading role. No, I'm not predicting that Adam Sandler wins here for Hustle. Of all the acting nominations at SAG, he is the one who is just happy to be there. Could Bill Nye win a major prize this season? I feel like not enough people have seen Living. I don't know if there's a push to get him any awards, and he has a lot of competition. I mean, I feel like everyone this season has thought of this category as a 3-way race between Butler, Farrell, and Fraser. And I don't know if Nye has enough momentum, enough passion to actually get a win. Maybe at BAFTA. People forget that Bill Nye won the Best Supporting Actor trophy in 2004 for Love Actually, so I feel like if he wins something, it could be there, although I think Colin Farrell has a pretty good shot to win at BAFTA too. Now, who wins at SAG? You could argue Austin Butler has a good shot. Butler is not going to be a shocker win ever. It is a dazzling performance. I could see him winning at SAG and then winning at the Oscars. It wouldn't really surprise me, especially given that Rami Malek did so well for Bohemian Rhapsody back in 2019. Colin Farrell looks like, on paper, the likely victor here. Farrell's been around for decades. This feels like finally his moment. He had 4 movies in 2022, and his performance in The Banshees of Inisherin might be my favorite of his. It's just pitch perfect, and so Farrell makes the most sense to me. But at SAG, in male actor in a leading role, I am going to choose Brendan Fraser in The Whale. I know The Whale is not everyone's cup of tea. I know a lot of critics have hated it. I understand a lot of their reasoning. I liked it more than most, and I was really taken with the Fraser performance. Fraser is bringing it in this film. This is a bold, emotional, career best turn from Fraser. He is giving that role his all from beginning to end. And I feel like actors are going to see that. They're going to say, hey, we've always liked Brendan Fraser going back to the 1990s, and here is an incredible comeback performance for him. The Whale has been the rare indie film that's doing pretty well at the theatrical box office right now. A lot of movies have come and gone, but The Whale's hanging in there. It's doing pretty well. People are seeing it. Hong Chow getting in shows that voters are taken with the film beyond just Fraser, and The Whale getting in at PGA a few days ago also gives a boost to Fraser. My prediction for male actor in a leading role is Brendan Fraser for The Whale. Female actor in a leading role. Boy, where is Michelle Williams? I'm not going to talk about this too much. If you've seen my recent video, Michelle Williams and the Elusive Oscar, you know I have to point out how disappointed I was that she didn't show up at SAG. I loved her performance in The Fabelmans, and she's one of my favorite actresses, going all the way back to Dawson's Creek and Brokeback Mountain, and I've been waiting for her Oscar win for many years. It doesn't look like it's going to happen this year. It's hard to be too sad about Williams' omission here when you see these names, when you see all of these immensely talented women who gave such great performances this year. Even Ana de Armas for Blonde. I know people hate that movie. Many people hate her in it. I was very mixed on Blonde. I didn't like it that much. It was a very tough watch. But I don't think Ana de Armas was the issue. I thought she was really great in the movie. The material just let her down. I also think that Viola Davis for The Woman King and Danielle Deadwyler for Till are both just happy to be here. I do think Deadwyler winning here would be a pretty big surprise. I don't see that happening, but I'm very happy she got in here. Deadwyler needed this SAG nomination. Viola Davis, she hasn't won anything big all season long, and she's won lots of awards in the past. At SAG, she won for Fences and The Help. I think female actor in a leading role comes down to Cate Blanchett for Tar and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Tar is my favorite film of 2022. Cate Blanchett is amazing in it. It might be her career best performance. It might be my favorite Blanchett role. She is so great, and if she wins this, if she wins at the Oscars, I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to be upset, because I do think she's deserving. But this just feels like it's Michelle Yeoh's moment for Everything Everywhere All at Once. It feels right in my bones. Cate Blanchett, in a way, has enough. Like, she's won so many trophies throughout the decades, and Michelle Yeoh has been great in so many films and so many projects, doesn't really get recognized a lot. Everything Everywhere All at Once has been the runaway sensation of 2022, and she is absolutely the glue that holds that whole movie together. It's a rich, dazzling performance of the highest order. My choice at SAG for female actor in a leading role is Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Cast in a motion picture. All five are worthy here. I mean, obviously, the two that would be the shockers are Babylon and Women Talking, just because neither one got an individual nomination for any of its actors. I feel like if Margot Robbie had gotten in for Best Actress, or maybe Brad Pitt for Supporting Actor, Babylon could be more in contention here. And then Women Talking, if Jessie Buckley had showed up in Supporting Actress, if the movie had been doing better throughout the season, I might give it a no guts, no glory prediction but Women Talking didn't show up at DGA, didn't show up at PGA. I just don't know if there's enough enthusiasm to give Women Talking the prize. And then there's The Fabelmans, which won Best Director and Best Motion Picture Drama at the Golden Globes. It's clearly well-liked. It's got an amazing ensemble of actors, but I do think Michelle Williams missing in lead actress at SAG is telling. I feel like if The Fabelmans had a shot to win Cast in a Motion Picture at SAG, Michelle Williams would have made it in. I do think it's very clear that Cast in a Motion Picture comes down to The Banshees of Inisherin or Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is a tough call because both films got 5 nominations total. It just kind of comes down to which movie do I think the SAG voters are going to vibe with more. This one's kind of a coin toss. I could see a lot of people predicting The Banshees of Inisherin. That ensemble works really well together throughout that movie, and some voters just might like that film more. But when I really think about what movie are the SAG voters going to go for the most? Which one will they really be digging the vibe and the performances all the way through? It's such a creative film. It's so much fun. My prediction for Best Cast in a Motion Picture is Everything Everywhere All at Once. So, let's go over my SAG predictions one more time. Male actor in a supporting role, Ke Huy Quan, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Female actor in a supporting role, Angela Bassett, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Male actor in a leading role, Brendan Fraser, The Whale. Female actor in a leading role, Michelle Yeoh, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Cast in a motion picture, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Don't forget to watch the 29th Annual Screen Actors Guild Awards when it airs on Netflix's YouTube channel at youtube.com/Netflix on February 26th. Join me in my next predictions video when I'll be talking the BAFTA Awards. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below your predictions for the upcoming SAG Awards. Do you agree with my picks, or do you think I have it all wrong? See you next time!